I think that you thought you might be out of politics for a hot second, because I know you had some family issues and you decided to move on. And then all of a sudden your name gets yanked back up into the limelight this week, and you had nothing to do with it. What was your first reaction when you're like, why is the Harris-Walz campaign bringing my name into this when it's clear the governor's the one on camera lying about his service in combat?
I mean, my first reaction was it's typical of the Democratic Party to project in the manner that you've just described, and it's also very typical of Donald Trump to be presidential when he's not in office. I mean, all of this that happened to me happened under Joe Biden's watch and Kamala Harris's watch. Mm-hmm. I did not get an apology from either of those guys, but I did get an apology from Donald Trump, who called me a hero, and I'd just like to say that I'm by no means a hero. He's the one that took a bullet for this country, not me.
This guy is on camera literally saying, we've played the bite now 3 times this week, I'll keep playing it, I don't care. I carried these weapons of war into war. You're telling your constituents you went to combat. No, you didn't. You were in Italy months before, which is why you're getting the ribbon that you were in support of Enduring Freedom. And then you retired just 2 months or 3 months before your unit deployed. Now, I want to ask you something, Jared, because the left is making a big to-do about that, saying he didn't know they were going to deploy. He had already had that set in his mind to retire way ahead. Would you like to explain for the non-military folks how many months a unit trains before their deployment? He would have known 6 months, a year before, not 2 or 3. Explain that to him, Jared.
As soon as his unit would have gotten, the command that they're going to be moving forward, they would have started training. I mean, it could be anywhere from 6 months to a year prior to, leaving the United States to forward deploy. Mm-hmm. And, that excuse to me is kind of petty, but it really, again, falls in line with the messaging here that, these guys are just habitual liars that are going to do and say anything that they think they need to do and say in order to garner votes. And the Democratic apparatus spent millions of dollars. Every TV commercial, every TV station, every radio station, everywhere that I went for at least 7 months, this was being blasted over the airwaves. Mm. And myself and my family had to deal with this knowing that this was a complete and utter lie. And guys like Tim Walz, who are affiliated very tightly with the mainstream media by way of the Democratic Party, they're never going to have to face the music that, folks like me had to face. And it's despicable.